Okay, we're going to continue on in our Father's Word. This is John, the Gospel of John, chapter 4, verse 46. So Jesus came to Cana of Galilee, where he made the water into wine. And there was a certain nobleman whose son was sick at Capernaum. And when he heard that Jesus had come out of Judea unto Galilee, he went to him and implored him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. Then Jesus said unto him, Unless you people see signs and wonders, you will by no means believe. And the nobleman said to him, Sir, come down before my child dies. And Jesus said unto him, Go your way, your son lives. So the man believed the word that Jesus spoke unto him, and he went his way. And as he was now going down, his servants met him and told him, saying, Your son lives. Then he inquired of them the hour when he got better, and they said to him, Yesterday at the 7th hour, the fever left him. So the father knew it was at the same hour in which Jesus had said to him, Your son lives. And he made himself believe, and his whole household. This again is the second sign Jesus did when he had come out of Judea into Galilee. Now, this is John the Divine. He wrote in Chaldean, the old Babylonian language. Jesus spoke to his disciples in Chaldean. But when he went to the synagogues, he preached in Hebrew. Now the Bible, the Old Testament, most of it's written in Hebrew. Daniel 4, when King Nebuchadnezzar saw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego walking in the fiery furnace with Jesus Christ. When Nebuchadnezzar saw that, he wrote a beautiful prayer, Daniel 4. It's written in Chaldean, but the rest of Daniel wrote in Hebrew. And some of the Psalms, some of the old end of the Psalms, some of those older Psalms that King David didn't write, they're written in Chaldean. But most of the Old Testament is written in Hebrew. Peter and Paul wrote in fisherman's Greek, colloquial Greek. That's Greek with a slang. And John the Divine wrote the Gospel of John, the 3 little epistles of John, and Revelation in Chaldean. They're on the island of Patmos, Greece. He was sent into exile on Patmos, Greece. That's where John the Divine did his writing at. Now this is John chapter 5. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is in Jerusalem, by the sheep gate, a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain time into the pool and stirred up the water, that whoever stepped in first, after the stirring of the water, was made well of whatever disease he had. Now a certain man was there who had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he already had been in that condition for a long time, he said to him, Do you want to be made well? And the sick man answered him, Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I am coming, another steps down before me. And Jesus said to him, Rise, take up your bed and walk. And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed and walked. and that day was the Sabbath. And the Jews therefore said unto him, who was cured it, it is the Sabbath. It is not lawful for you to carry your bed. And he answered them, he who has made me well said to me, take up your bed and walk. Then they asked him, who is the man who said to you, take up your bed and walk? But the man who was healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a multitude being in that place. Afterwards Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, see, you have been made well. Sin no more, lest the worst thing come upon you. And the man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. For this reason the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to kill him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath. Now Christ died on Passover, or he died on Passover, the day before Passover, on the cross. And then 3 days later, he rose on Passover Sabbath. So you got 2 holidays with Passover. You got the Passover day, 15 days after the spring equinox, and then the following Saturday is Passover Sabbath. The Pope changed the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday to match the Roman calendar back in 421. And he came up with the Easter lie about the same time to get the Vikings into church. The Vikings had too many Vikings. They worshiped Easter, a pagan sex and fertility goddess. And they didn't throw their children into the altar fires like the Moabites and the Ammonites and all the Philistines. They worshiped Dagon and Chemosh and Molech. They would throw their children into the altar fire, and then they would have sex orgies in the groves, so they didn't have a population explosion like the Vikings did. They didn't kill their babies. They took them up rivers and streams of Europe in their longboats trying to find a place for them to live. For over 1,000 years they did that. They just ran out of room. And so the Pope came up with the Easter lie. And he changed the Sabbath day. Most people here in the United States, they go to church on Sunday. Sabbath day, Saturday. The Jehovah's Witness and the Seventh-day Adventist, the Muslims, and the people that do Judaism, they all know that the Sabbath day is Saturday. Christ died on the cross on a Wednesday. Then on Thursday was the Passover day. He had to be off the cross before Passover. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Passover Saturday, the highest day in Christianity, Jesus rose on a Saturday, Passover Sabbath. So the Sabbath day, the day of rest, is Saturday, not Sunday. A lot of false preachers tell you wrong about the day to go to church. And like I said, the Muslims and the Judaism and the Seventh-day Adventists and the Jehovah's Witnesses, and there's a few other churches that know that the Sabbath day is Saturday, and they go to church on Saturday. So, got a lot of false preachers out there. Now this is John 5, chapter 5, verse 17. But Jesus answered them, my Father has been working until now, and I have been working. Therefore the Jews sought all the more to kill him, because he was not only broke the Sabbath, but also said that God was his Father, making himself equal with God. Then Jesus answered and said to them, most assuredly I say to you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he sees the Father do. For whatever he does, the Son also does in like manner. For the Father loves the Son, and shows him all things that he himself does, and will show him greater works than these